Hello friends, I hope you can hear me. Just a sound check. Yes. Hello, my name is Aniket and we are here for a xDesign webinar. Welcome to xDesign Challenge and hope you all have the invitations, platform invitations, the mail like this. This is an invitation mail which we have sent from the Sun Systems. You just need to create your 3D Experience ID. And when you create your 3D Experience ID, you will have your username and password, and you can just log into your 3D Experience platform. This platform is actually a complete set of package with all applications inbuilt, including data save, data exchange, collaborations, xDesign web apps, and multiple things. This is a top bar. This top bar contains your name. You can see your profile status. Status is like when you want to do a messaging, then all the messaging with the other team members which you have entered on your platform, you can just click on here. Then this is a profile page and this is a preference settings. Then all the roles which you have assigned, like right now you can see the business innovation, industry innovation, and 3D creator. 3D creator is a role for xDesign app. These are the notifications which you will get when somebody answered your query, somebody mentioned you, or when you have any news on the platform related to you or other public communities. Like all these type of notifications will be get. Then this is the add button where you can create your tabs, when you can create your dashboards. So we will start with the first thing, how to add a dashboard to your community. On which side we have a xDesign challenge dashboard created for the students only. All the updates from this xDesign challenge will be posted on this dashboard. If you don't have access to this dashboard, just go to this quadrant. This is a compass. This is a north quadrant. This is a 3D quadrant where your xDesign app will be there. Then this is the north quadrant where all the helpful informations will be the information tabs will be there. And this is a VR quadrant. So every quadrant represents its own structure. And this is a play button. When you have a component, this play button will play the different views on the component side. So if you want to add a dashboard, then go to the swim community. Hope you know the swim communities. You have explored more. So when you launch any swim communities, it will give you a new tab. On this tab, you will have all the communities listed. This is a community, xDesign Challenge community. So in the community, we have two different views. One is a timeline type of view, and then another is a content view. Content view will give all the contents which is posted on the communities. So this is a welcome page which we have created, and this is keep yourself updated community post. Go to this keep yourself community post and click here. This button will guide you how to add a dashboard to your screen. If you have a dashboard, then it will give you this message. So you don't need to add a dashboard, and you can directly jump to the main page, and you will see this xDesign Challenge dashboard on your dashboard panel. You can also create your own dashboard also. So just click on add dashboard, put your team name, and create it. So this dashboard will be created, and this is your own dashboard. You can share your dashboard with your team member. Like I want to share this dashboard with my team member, so I'll just type a name and his name will come. So first three letters will be required every time. And type a message you want to share. And just click on a share. So enter will be there, and the dashboard link will be shared to your team members. So this is your private team member dashboard. Now I'll show you how to add widgets to the dashboard. These two are the important widgets which you have required throughout the exercise in xDesign Challenge. Just click on a 3D space and drag and drop it. And then go to 3D drive and drag and drop it. So you have created you have added a 3D space widget and 3D drive widget. 3D space will be a guide tool for your data. I recommend you to create your own collaborative space while creating a design. Don't use common space because this common space have access to everyone on the platform. So whatever the data you're going to save, if it is in a common space, other team members can access it. So I recommend you to create a new collaborative space. Team leaders can create their own collaborative space. Just you have to add a title, description, make it as a private, don't make it as a public, and then say create. So I have created my own collaborative space like a xDesign challenge. And in the information window, you will see the members on the collaborative space. Like if you want to add a member, then just click and say if you want to add a leader, owner, author. So add leaders and owners to your collaborative space so that everyone can edit the parts in your collaborative space and everyone can pull the data from the collaborative space. So I'll add my team member into the collab space, add member. So it will be get added to the collaborative space. You can just remove it, say it as a configuration contributor or a main owner. Okay, now we will go to the main collab space. These are the three buttons to minimize, restore, and do the changes into your widgets. Okay, now go to 3D drive. This will be a 3D drive which is same as a drive spaces. You can create your own folder to share the documents with other team members, and all the team members can share all their documents and all the data will be stored onto the platform so that you can use that shared data on a same storage location. Then you can also share the tabs also. If you have created a multiple tab and you want to share with your team members, you can just share a tab. Okay, now we go to the xDesign challenge dashboard. xDesign challenge dashboard contains 4 different tabs, and the last one is the schedule. You can minimize the compass by clicking on the blue active compass window. In xDesign dashboard, we have 4 tabs like community, 3D space, 3D drive, and xDesign tutorials. You will get all tutorial links. The videos which I have posted on YouTube will be available here. 3D drive and 3D space, the same which we have told. And the main thing, now we go to the xDesign default dashboard where you have to design the things. Again, one thing I just want to tell you, all your queries, please post it on the communities. It has its weightage while judging criteria. Just click on the post. It will give you a different conditions like which type of post you want to add. The questions, if you have a question, just say questions. Then what's your question? And place hashtag and team name. Start, write your question and publish it. So my question is, and publish it. We encourage other team members to respond to this question, and if other team members means other xDesign challenge teams, if they are not able to answer it, we will answer your questions after 6 p.m. and we encourage you to answer these questions every time, because this is one of the main judging criteria how you're going to collaborate on the communities. Then this is a SolidWorks xDesign. This is a default dashboard which we have assigned you. When you assign a roles, means every license we call it as a role. xDesign is also a role on this platform. When you say a role, means if you can see, all the roles will be listed here. So these are the roles which you can access on this platform. So this is a 3D creator. So this 3D creator role contain a derived format and xDesign. So we are focusing on xDesign. When you go to the default dashboard, which is assigned by the xDesign team, then you will find the 3 tab. It's a my contribution, tips for getting started. So in the tips for getting started, you will get a help on the how to getting started with the platform, how to work on xDesign, the small tools. Then modeling tips are also included into the dashboards. Then how to do an assembly, what are the different types of compass, and how to explore all the compass types. Then what is the dashboard? then working with the SolidWorks file, how to work on a SolidWorks file. So all the tips are included on this third tab. And this is a My Community. So we will start with xDesign. xDesign has, this is the xDesign widget. xDesign has 3 buttons: drag and drop existing components, start a new component, and import files. I've created my xDesign challenge collaborative space. When I start a new component, it will ask me on which collaborative space you want to save. I'll use my own private collaborative space as a xDesign challenge, because whatever the data I'm going to create should be stored on this xDesign challenge collaborative space. Just click OK. It will open a new component for you. I'll rename a component as a roller. Just click on this design tree 3 buttons. It will give you an edit option. As you can see in the design tree, there are 3 planes. If you move your cursor, the planes will get highlighted. This is a standard tab. The standard tab will come with every tab. If you go to the sketch tab, if you go to the features tab, surface tab, assembly tab, you will have all the tools related to the modeling into the same xDesign window. I'll maximize my xDesign window. Just click on a sketch and select the plane. It will start your sketch. You can discard your sketch, and after completion of your sketch, you can just click on OK to complete your sketch. I'll start my sketch by clicking a line. You can draw a single line with click, or you can just click and escape the button, and that line will get closed out. For zoom in and zoom out, you just have to use your center scroll key. I have created a simple sketch. I'll convert this into the construction line. I'll use the trim tool to trim this section. This is trimmed. Now I want to add dimensions. So go to the dimensions window. I can add the dimensions between this point and vertical line. If it is on the right hand side of a construction line, it will show you a radius type, and if it is on left hand side, then it will give you a diameter sketch. So I'll add a diameter to the 40, and whole the sketch will get updated according to this 40 mm dimension. So you don't need to zoom or scroll out your other lines. It will automatically get adjusted according to the 40 mm dimensions which we have placed on the first time. Then we will add a height to this. So I'll add a height as a 12 mm. So it will move the sketch. Then you can select your points. Like I want to add dimensions to this point also. Like I'll add it here is for 15. Then I'll add dimensions to this point. It will change the dimension location according to your mouse cursor. Means if you want to add a dimension on the crossbar link, it will give you on a crossbar link. I want to add a dimensions on a horizontal level, so I'll add a dimensions on the horizontal level only. Then I'll give a thickness like here. I'm adding it as a 8 mm as a diameter. Then I'll add dimensions to this point also. Add maximum dimensions to your sketch so that it will be fully defined, and while you are making an assembly, it will help you, because these dimensions will be helpful while you are creating your assemblies, and this will hold your components. Then the last dimensions. Okay, then I'll mirror the complete You can select, or you can just click and drag, all the lines will be selected. So you can see it is showing me some blue lines, means the sketch is not well fully defined. So what I'll do, I'll make this as a coincident, and this sketch is completely turned black, means it is a fully defined sketch. Every dimension has been placed. What I did, I just used the center line to fix to the origin point, and this sketch will be a fully defined sketch. Just click on green check mark and your sketch is completed. I want to add some features. We have different kinds of features like extrude feature, revolve features, then we have a lofts, then we have a fillets, holes. If you go with the extrude feature, you can change the feature style on the top level. We call it as a super features. Means you can just move your component from one feature to the other feature. Like I want to add a extrude, then I'll select the component, simple, and the complete component is getting selected. I don't want an extrude, I want a revolve. So revolve condition is that I want to select an axis. So what I'll do, I'll just edit my sketch. Just click on the sketch and you will have an edit button and say N. Press N key will give you a horizontal view. We call it as a normal to view. And I am giving an axis to rotate the component. I'm adding a revolve feature. So on the revolve feature, I'll select the revolve axis, then select the profile. It has three different behaviors. One, it is selecting a complete profile and it is selecting a half profile also. And your profile is getting created. When you save this, it is saved to your collaborative space. We call it as an indexation time. Indexation means the time required to save your components to the server and to appear on your collaborative space. Minimum time is 2 minutes, maximum time is 2 minutes, and minimum time 1 minute. If you save your component, it is directly not appearing onto the collaborative space. You just have to wait for a few minutes and that component is added to your collaborative space. Means if you have any difficulty while searching your component, then just wait for a few minutes and that component will appear here afterwards. Now if you don't have this space and you want to search your component, you have your my content. My content is a feature which will show you the components which you have created on your collaborative spaces. All the collaborative space components will be displayed over here. I have 21 components created and the indexation time is 5:15. So my component is completely indexed. Still we are lagging by 1 minute. Here are the tags. Whatever the components, 3D components which we have saved on the platform will be represented as a physical products. We have documents, that's why it is showing us a document. So just select a physical products and all the physical products will get filtered out. You can just use a tag, like if you want to filter, we have multiple collaborative space and you want to filter according to collaborative space, then we have a collaborative space filter also. Then content structure will give you a content structure, like a root is called an assembly. If I click on the root components, only assembly components are displayed. Then leaf will be the components dependent on the assembly components, and standalone means the components which don't have any relationship with assembly components. So you can use this tag 6W tag filter. If you don't see the 6W tags, you can just activate the 6W tags on the top and it will come on your left hand side. This window is called as a search window. You can also search in your current dashboard. This is your 3D space and I want to search in my current dashboard with the name ruler and press enter. So all the names related to rollers will be displayed over here. Then you can directly search roller on the search window. It will give a complete display. We want to see a roller, how it looks like. Just double click on a roller or click on a preview. It will give you a full preview of a roller in 3D Play. 3D Play is a viewer tool which can view others component. Just one thing, if you have not created the component and that user is in your collaborative space, then you need to search his component. You cannot go to my content and look into others component. If I have Prashant on my collaborative space, I want to see the components created by Prashant. I need to type a name over here, the components created by him, like he has created a roller. So I just go there and search his component, and that component will appear over here or into the 3D space widget. It will not come on my content. My content will show only the components which you have created. Okay, now we go to the assembly section. We want to add this component into the assembly. So we will start with a sub assembly. I have a ready-made roller sub assembly. I'll open it. It is giving me two different options. One is insert and one is open. I want to open a component, that's why I clicked on open. The cancel button will directly jump you to the landing page of xDesign. So if you just click on a cancel, it will show you the first page which we are working on. Remember one thing, that when you are working on a component and your work will be started, just go to this bottom side and close your component. Because if you have a roller opened on other users, it will show us it is opened by Prashant and you don't have access to it. Like it will show you a restriction window over here. Just click on the roller name. It will give you a pop-up. In that pop-up, you will have a not reserved and reserved by you option. Means this component is opened on my side and it is reserved by me. Another user cannot open this component and do the changes over here. If we open the component, that will be shown as this is reserved by the other user and you cannot work. So make sure when you finish your work, just go here and close your component. Means other users, if they need to modify this component, then they can modify it. You can add a materials over here and colors too also. I'll add a color to this component as red. Then I'll open this main subassembly. When we made the changes before opening another component, it will ask you save, don't save options. Previously, it is not asking me the save, don't save options because I have saved the component already. Just make sure whatever the changes you are doing, it should not affect the other users component. Then I want to add my roller to it. So just click. First, we have to use this option to open a component. Now we are using insert option to insert a component into your assembly. The component is inserted. Now just select the sections. It will ask you to load the component. When you open an assembly, it is not completely loaded. So load all the components and it will give you a mate option. If it is completely load, then it is not showing you any options like load the assemblies or resolve the assembly components. I have added a concentric mate. The mates will be added to the bottom section. Now select the faces. Press use control key to select multiple faces. Then it will give you a window. This window will have the multiple options. If you want to flip the mate, you can just click on it and it will flip your mate. It is taking another face to mate. Okay. Now I want to add mate to this face. and this face. So I'm pressing a control, selecting a faces, and just press. The final mate assembly will be done. So we have a assembly containing different components, and two mates is added to this component. This anchor mark is showing that component is already fixed, so we cannot move these components. So when you add a first component to your assembly, that first component is showing this anchor mark, so that it is a fixed component. If you want to make a float, you just have to click on a float component, and it makes as a float. Now go to roller. You can change the colors over here also. You can add a materials to this component. You just need to apply a material, then material list will be there and you can apply the materials. Now I want to add this subassembly into a main assembly. So I'll refresh my collaborative space because we have searched one roller component on this. So that's why it is showing me all the components which are related to roller on the current dashboard. If you have difficulties like this, or if you face any issues like you are not able to search your components, or you are not able to access any spaces, or it is having a time lags, or it is stopped, just go to the reload page option and it will reload all the components. Means it will reload all the pages. These issues we may find if you have poor internet connections, because xDesign is completely web application and everything should be related to your internet speed. So if you have a good internet speed, you don't face any connection issues and all the components will be intact properly. Now this is a complete, it is opening my component. I have just refreshed a page and it will open my last work. It is not going to discard my work, it is directly open my work. So I'm opening in main assembly. I'll save my existing work. It is giving me a same window while opening an assembly. It is related on the assembly size, how much time it will take to open. Sometimes it will take more time if you have a more components, or if you have a larger components, but it should not have a performance issues. We have updated the subassembly of this main assembly. That's why the roller will automatically get added to the main assembly. So this is an assembly completion. You have surface commands over here also. Then if you want to use surface commands in your assemblies, or if in your part files, you can use the surface commands. Then you have your view options, like which view you want to use, which type of background you want to use. Then these options will be hide the components into the assembly, like make a, if we have activated a single component, all the other components get grayed out like this. I have just double clicked on a single component and all other components get grayed out. Means now this component is active. I can work on any sketch, extrude and other dimensions into the same window. Now I want to change the height level section and I want to show all the components while working on a same components, it will show. Or I want to hide all other components on work while working on same component, it will show the that components only. Okay, this chair will represent the view section. It is having its own view portal. Just click on it and that view will be posted on your screen. Now this is related to xDesign. Hope I'm covering all the short commands which we are going to use on a regular basis while working on xDesign, then the commands will be like, this is a command which we call as a preview. I showed you in previous way that how to preview a component. When you say a preview component, while after completing your design, just preview your component, go to share window and download the picture or directly publish it to community. So whatever the community we have, on that community, that picture will be get posted. But this is a public community. I recommend you don't post your personal data you have created for your assembly. So what you do, just go and download your pictures. It will get downloaded on your system. So you will have a record what the designs you have created. You can also have the rotation option, pan option, zoom in, zoom out, and other tools like section views, markups. So if you want to do some changes, just click on this, type here, change the dia, and just post it. So this post will be sent to the user which he is creating this part. He will get he will get this image file, and he can change the dimensions of this image file. So I'll download this picture. So picture is downloaded. Now how to communicate with other users while creating a design. So if you go over here, go to my status and click on the online. You are the online user right now. Then others will see your status as an online user. Then go to your community from xDesign Challenge dashboard or my communities. If you use the second tab, it will give you a my community option. Here you don't have an access to create a separate community, but we have an option to create your own private conversations. Like start a conversation, enter the team name. So I want to start a conversation with these two members. So conversation has been started. I want to say, hey, make changes in design. Post it. Pull the photo from your so this one is your image. Post it. It will get uploaded. Say publish. So other users will get a notification that they need to add the conversation. You can just say like or share this post. So I'll add Prashant. Make changes. So Prashant will get a notification and he can just show you how to do a comments on this section. So I'll hope that Prashant is online and he can just start your conversation. Now we move to the next point. You can have an option to create an audio calls. So this will create an audio conversation between your team members. Say in the same way, you have option for a video calls also. Okay, this is related to the communities. Your conversation is completed, then you just hide this conversation and move on. Or you can just start your multiple conversations. Right now, we have a limitation of private conversations up to 8 users. So while you are starting your conversation, only 8 users are limited. Then we will move to the xDesign. So this is my complete design and I want to post this design. So same share option can be used to publish your design to the communities. So while submitting your design, so you can directly post, say, publish to the communities, and this is your final design will be posted. But wait for our call, how to submit this. These are the options related to 3D drive and the communities. Means don't go to the widget. You will have that options on the tabs. You can directly go to the tabs and check whatever the files you have. Like if you want to add whatever the files you have created right now, just add content and say that image is posted onto your screen box. Now share. If you want to give an edit access to this this 3D drive space, you can just say a name. I want to give him an edit access and just share. So this data, this xDesign challenge will be shared successfully for edit access with Prashant. And this is a help window. Getting started, user community, about 3D experience platform, get a support, then privacy policies. We encourage you to do a more collaboration, like make one user as a community member, make few members as a designers, few members as an assembly team, few members as a marketing, and few members to control all this work and how the progress is going on. When you are creating a private conversation and you want to add us into the conversation, you can just add xDesign admin to this. So xDesign admin, so we can see whatever the conversations you are doing. Hope you have a good conversations on the communities and add all the communities to this. Now you can see the Prashant Belvete get the message and he has updated his comment, and he will get a notification that Prashant has updated his message and you will have your work has been started. Now I just want to make sure, so I can call Prashant and he will get a call directly from here and you can just directly go and talk with him. Okay, number of peoples added into the conversation will get the calls. Okay, so these are all the xDesign basics. Hope you have enjoyed this session. This is just a basic session. Go to the dashboard tab and xDesign tutorials. We have more brief sessions for this. And do not forget to post your questions and encourage you that other team members, other xDesign team members can answer these questions. If they are not able to answer these questions, we are here to help you. But post your questions. Just go here, say questions and post your questions. All the questions which are posted on this community will be entertained only. We are not going to answer your emails unless and until you are not able to log into this platform, or only login related queries will be entertained by the team on the mails, and all other questions will be should be posted on this communities only, and we are answering your all the questions on this community. Okay, thank you.